The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm, serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Kenny Sears, head football coach, St. Paul School.
Coach, good to be here today in Covington. You've been here a long time. Tell everybody how many years now.
Actually, I've been here for 35 years. I've been the head coach for 26.
Couple of days.
Yeah, a long time. I'm a fossil.
Another thing, people know of you in the state, coaching at St. Paul's, and some people know of you, going to Northwestern State. Back in the day, you're an alumnus of that college in Natchitoches, Louisiana. But tell everybody where you went to high school.
Went to Holy Cross High School in New Orleans.
And what year did you get out of Holy Cross?
Graduated in '85.
Tell me about that experience, looking back, and the proud history they have.
Great history, great tradition. It was a great school. Certainly it was the right fit for me as a young man. And we had some tremendous football teams the years I played. Had some great coaches. Probably all of them had some type of influence on me in many ways, but more importantly, probably led me to be a coach. Coach Harry Nunez, who was my defensive coordinator at Holy Cross, hired me here at St. Paul's when he became head coach. So that connection was important, from back in those days at Holy Cross and get my first opportunity here. So St. Paul's has been my first job and my only job since I got into the coaching world.
What's it like? You've coached two of your sons at St. Paul's. I know one was a quarterback. We promoted Northwestern State, where you went. And then the other one was a running back.
Danny was started as a fullback. And then he played the last 3 years.
I was giving him that credit of that versatility.
Yeah.
But I know he was a very versatile player for you. What was it like coaching your kids?
Ups and downs, challenges, but the experience of having your sons here every day at school. When you coach, a lot of time is spent on coaching, building your program, and so forth. So I was very fortunate to have them go right down the street at St. Peter's, which wasn't far, and a lot of times they'd wind up on campus after school, and then to have the opportunity to see them every day at school was very special. Coaching them, they both played different positions, but both knew that when we crossed the gates that it was coach, it wasn't dad, and they both understood that and understood the role they had to play on the team. And I'm proud of their accomplishments and what they did for our program.
And now Kenny, your son's coaching with you now.
Yeah, Kenny, when he finished with Northwestern, was hired here and has been teaching here now, I want to say, for 6 years.
Wow.
And is our offensive coordinator.
Already, I'm getting really, really old, Coach. I know that he's doing a good job. We're going to talk to him later on, but your team, I know this year you're real happy. There's a kid we can start talking about, your running back, that's really done really good this year.
Cody Corrales, actually both of them, Troy Willis and Cody Corrales. Cody suffered an injury early this year, but he got back for the U-High game and is back in full swing, so we're excited to have him back. And Troy Willis, has rushed for close to 600 yards right now, so he really filled the role for Cody. We're usually running back by committee, and certainly Troy filled in for Cody's role, but we're happy to have Cody back to have that 1-2 punch with both of those guys. And he gives an opportunity to play Troy on defense and give us some depth there as well. Troy is just a skilled athlete as well as Cody, so we're excited to have both those guys back starting district play.
Coach, you always have some sleeper recruits. In 5A, it's not easy. These guys will go against great competition. Your quarterback, Brennan. Talk about Brennan and his recruiting, and what do you think about his future?
Brennan, recruiting's become difficult with the portal, and quarterback's probably one of the toughest, having experienced it myself. when we didn't have the portal with my own son. But Brennan has all the skills and attributes needed. He's a great leader. He's a 3-year starter, has a grasp of the game. He plays smart, and at times, he plays with an abandonment that you like to see. Our team will rally around him and fight for him, and they'll know he'll take off and run it, and he'll do whatever he can to try to win the game. So I'm real proud of his development the last 3 years, and certainly, he'd make a heck of a quarterback on the next level.
You've had some good tight ends come out of this program, and you got another one this year, Chase. Is it Ravine?
Chase Ravine. As a matter of fact, Chase has a few offers. He got an offer from Northwestern State. I want to say he's got an offer from Trinity. I think he may have an offer from Richmond. But certainly Chase, he's great blocking. He's great catching the ball, but we also play him at fullback and we hand him the ball, and he's just hard to bring down. Just an outstanding football player. Great
tradition here for kickers too. I know you've had some good kickers, and you've got another good one this year.
Well, Drew's amazing. He's been starting as a freshman and making big-time kicks for us at the end of the game since he's been a freshman. I just love his mental approach to the game, and Drew's been a phenomenal player for us for the last 4 years.
You've got some sleeper guys, Gage Brown, who's only a junior, D-tackle.
Gage has been starting since he was a freshman. Gage, started to get his feet wet, starting late his freshman season, and he's definitely grown and developed every year that we've played, that he's played. And, Gage is a big physical player, but also he has pretty good speed. Gage, looking forward to next year, probably could be a really big prospect for us.
And you got some sleeper guys that could go small school or even better. Guys like Stone, Celestin.
Stone's picked up some offers from some smaller schools. Stone has a great approach to the game. He practices really hard. And it translates into the game. Has a knack for getting open. So hopefully, he gets that opportunity on the next level as well.
Ashton Bedford is another kid.
Ashton didn't play for us last year, so he played for us the last couple of years. But Ashton really has, just his size, his length, and since coming back out, he really has played well. So he's definitely a sleeper for us, and hopefully, somebody recognizes his talent.
You got a heck of a staff over here, Coach. One of your former players, it looks like. A longtime friend, Mike Stantz here.
Me and Mike knew each other since high school.
The brother Martin great.
Yeah. So we've known each other since the high school years, and Mike is a tremendous offensive line coach. Does a great job with our guys.
I see that Eric is over here too.
Eric does a phenomenal job with defense. I can't tell you how blessed I am to have such a good staff. I have so many really great coaches on our staff.
Another name I'm familiar with, it looks like, I think he's a former player, right? Dominique Davenport.
Dominic played running back for us. He's coaching receivers. Also Gabe Emerson played for me. All those kids. It's good to have St. Paul's alums, and it relates to the kids because they wear no shoes. They played football and they know what it's like to be a St. Paul's football player.
And we promoted this kid back in the day, James, taking his O-line coach.
James Triforce. Actually, James played at Mandeville.
Right.
And came to us from Mandeville. Again, James does a phenomenal job.
Great staff here, Coach. I want to do a shout out to your president, Joe Dickens.
Joe used to be my offensive line coach.
Come on, really?
Yeah.
Not bad to have him as your president now. And then Principal Lee Pierre.
Used to be my defensive coordinator.
Come on, I didn't know that. And AD, what about Sam Francis?
Sam used to be my secondary coach and special team coordinator. So
they know football, which is cool.
They know football. We're in a good place. Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Coach, about St. Paul's with people that if they don't know this area?
Well, it's a wonderful school. Lots of history and tradition. We don't have a lot of turnover in terms of teachers. It's a wonderful place to work. The kids respond to the message that we try to give them, and teaching them, the values of St. John Baptist de La Salle. And, we have a tremendous alumni base too. So it's certainly been an honor and a privilege to be here for this long and be part of this incredible place.
I remember the first name I remember with St. Paul's It was Nilo Sylvan that came out of here, Tennessee.
Actually,
When I was playing football, it was
actually,
like,
Ashton's stepfather is Nilo, so Nilo's at all
Really?
our games, and I tease Nilo all the time because I was just an assistant on the staff, and I tease him all the time that he looks just as good as he did back then. He still looks great.
probably still runs a 10, 500 meters.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But
The legendary track
Yeah.
Guy, too,
Yeah,
Nilo. Coach, thank you
absolutely.
for today. Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Appreciate it.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Kenny Sears, St. Paul's School, assistant head coach, offensive coordinator.
Coach Sears, it's good to see you, man. You were in our magazine, actually, I believe on the cover of the magazine at one point.
Yeah.
As a quarterback. Your dad is the head coach here, and he's almost coming up on a few years. It'll be 40 years at the school total.
Yeah.
But what's it like being a coach now with your dad? I mean, you played for your dad here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, it's
6 years already, right?
Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime type deal, opportunity. Just getting to spend that time with him, it's special. And I'm lucky as a young coach. I've gotten to work for a bunch of guys who have been at it for a long time. Not just my dad, but guys like Mick Nunez and Eric Robato and Mike Stant. I've had a lot of great mentors, and certainly working with my dad is really special.
We got a few Northwestern State fans that watch our show,
Yeah.
and you played there as a quarterback. And talk about your time in Natchitoches, which I'm very familiar with. I go to Natchitoches like 5 times a year,
Yeah.
one of my favorite cities. And then your brother Danny is a linebacker starter for Northwestern State. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's a special place. I really enjoyed my time there. Got to play quarterback there. Had 2 different head coaches that got to learn a lot from, Jay Thomas and Brad Laird, and learned a lot about the game when I was there. It really drove me to wanting to get into coaching. When I first got to college, I didn't know really what I wanted to do afterwards, but playing in that program and seeing the way the coaches tried to prepare us every week in a tough league. We won some games, we lost some games. We're on a couple good teams there, was on a couple not so good teams, so learned a lot of great experiences, but also love the university, I love the community, and still obviously really connected with Natchitoches with my little brother playing there now. And it's been great getting to see him thrive in that community, in the school, and obviously hopefully the revitalization of the program. After some unfortunate things that happened last year, it's cool to see him work his way up as an upperclassman playing on the team for the Demons.
What do you think of Coach McCorkle, speaking of the new head coach, coming from, was it Belhaven, I believe?
Yep, came from Belhaven. I've gotten to meet him and talk with him a couple times. He is a great guy. First of all, he's a great person. I think he's doing all of the right things in terms of trying to build the right culture, or the culture that's needed at Northwestern State to win. He's a tough, physical brand of football type guy, which I love. I think that's long overdue for Northwestern. I think they need to be able to run the football and be smash mouth and build their identity like that. And you could tell he's all into that. He's brought in a great staff with a lot of experience, and we fully support him and love what he's doing there. So it's been great watching. Even though they're not off to the best start, you could tell the building blocks are in place to where if the kids buy into what he's asking them to do, they'll have some success.
And Kenny, what impressed me is he's already got commitments from a lot of good Louisiana recruits, especially Ben Taylor at Airline, a quarterback who I think is one of the best in the state. I mean, he's probably the best quarterback commit since Bobby Hebert.
Yeah, man. I think the kid's special. You see his numbers every week, and it's incredible what he's doing over at Airline. But you mentioned it, Northwestern State needs to recruit the state.
Right,
and Louisiana has so much talent that goes unnoticed or goes out of state.
Right.
I think that his philosophy as far as recruiting the state is awesome. He signed 2 guys from our school last year, Ben Buisson and Matt Gower, who are both freshmen, young guys in the program there. So he's down here recruiting the New Orleans area, which is rich with talent. And, I think that, again, that is a great philosophy to get kids in the program that buy in and want to win for Northwestern State.
Appreciate you doing this today. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.